Welcome back to the Steady Show, Steady Family. So, based on our last video, I just want to say thanks to everyone for your support. And please do remember to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Please be sure also to check out our last video, which essentially was our first video with the title, Can Lisa Hanna Defeat Bro God? So we did the part 1 before and we have part 2 coming up. So stay tuned. Be sure to check it out because for everyone who has checked out the video, they believe it was an in-depth conversation and very, very balanced. Now, with that being said, it's about that time for us to tap into a little more fun situation, yeah? And as Jamaicans, we have some very unique ways of doing things, and that's what makes us who we are, yeah? So this evening we want to explore a little topic. Yeah, the Jamaican is coming out now. A little topic. And the topic is, when is it definitely time to go? Yeah? When is it definitely time to go? Now, we're looking at this within the context of, when you go to somebody's yard and them start to give you subtle signs that a time for you left them yard. That is exactly what we're talking about. So, my producer and I, we decided to make separate notes for this particular topic, yeah? And we're just going to shoot right ahead. So, she's going to go ahead and give 5 scenarios in which it's definitely time to go, and I'm going to give 5. I want to see if we're going to come up with some of the same things. So, we're going to go in the sequence of 5 to 1, 1 being the chief reason why it's time for Shubot. Alright, so let's go. Scenario number 1. When is it definitely time to go? When the pot cook, stove turned off, everybody who living in the yard is at home, but no food a share. It's time to go.
I can't believe you have
That's my first.
That's your number 5. So what's your number 1?
Don't worry about it. There are different ways. So
Oh
let's
my
go.
God, that's my number 1. Like that's
your number 1?
my number 1. My
It's
number
okay.
1.
It's
My
okay.
number 1. My number 1 says when people start announce that, it's time for me to share the food, but they haven't extended that invitation.
Yeah.
It is time
to go.
Alright, so my number 5, I think this is the lamest of all the one, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
My number 5 is when people start making comments. Some smart comments like, like when you go somewhere and you kind of stay over for a while and then say, you feel like family. It feels like you live here.
Oh Lord!
When them start make them comments,
Oh
them
my
pack
God.
up your bags. You've overstayed your welcome. It's time
To go. I never thought about that one before. Very, very interesting. So I have to add that one to my list. Right? 4. When you're out of veranda and them tell you me soon come back, half an hour late, they not come back to you, but them in the house and talk on the phone to somebody else. It is time to
go.
Time to show out. Alright, I'll put that as my number.
That's your
4.
number 4. I'm gonna use it as my number 4 as well. I have that as my number 4, but it's in a different way.
Alright.
So when you're at people's house and you're kind of in their living room or some places that the people them house. But them say, I soon come back. And them kind of excuse themselves going to them room for a long time. Sometimes even the room door kind of locked. And you're still out there and watch TV. Trust me, football done, one of your yard. They want you to go, stop watching TV. Left the people in the yard. It's time
to go. All right.
That's my number 4.
I love that. Let's go to my number 3 now. When you say you're going somewhere this evening or later in the evening, and them ask you, why you not just go on from now? Or how soon they are going to go? How soon they are going to leave?
Oh
you know what time it is, right? It's time to go. It's time to go.
Alright, so that you draw that one, it feels like a clash.
That's fine.
You draw that one. So I'm going to draw this one because it just makes sense. When people start to declare that, oh no, that's not the one I want to make. Hold on. What did you say just now again?
This is the one where you tell them you're going somewhere and they ask you, why you just go on from now?
Alright, so I want to draw this one. Sometimes people start list out all the things they have to accomplish for the day. Yeah. So you probably go over a little bit too early.
Okay.
And then start, so I have to do this, I have to do that. Oh my God, I have to go do this, I have to go do that.
Yes,
like,
yes,
when they start list out everything, trust me, take a hint, take the clue, leave. It's time to go.
I get that. I get that clearly. All right, we're coming down the list. So let me hit you with number 2.
Okay.
All right. When them tell you say, me soon come back, me I go shop, but them leave the yard 45 minutes later, them still not come back for a shop. It is time to go.
Yeah, definitely time to go.
You have a cut.
All right. So this is gonna be my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
When people start to call, like them start call other people name, like say so and so come over, and them know say you want so and so to get along,
oh my,
you like them, you can't stand them. Them know say when I have had tips before, like a quarrel, like a probably one big fight, and then start calling them names, and them come over. It's time to go.
It's time to go. I agree. That's a very strong one, by the way. And drum roll for number 1. Drum roll for number 1. This is my number 1. When you're over the yard, the food don't cook, and them tell you say, some men never did I expect nobody, and we don't have no extra food in the pot. It is time to go. That's my number 1.
That's a good number 1. You shouldn't have met them tell you for go. No. Your number 1 definitely going to drop mine because you took my number 1 as your number 5. So I'm going to say this. If you're staying over for a while and they start making, like they get up early morning and they start make some early morning nights that not usually make.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like when you go on an extend, you go over stay for a while and then you usually have a comfortable sleep or so, but all of a sudden on that particular day the door them start banging and the pot them start make noise, the plate them start wash little louder.
So like a country.
No man, and a country dishwasher start run early.
Yeah.
Washing machine start run 5 a.m.
Oh.
Time to go on here.
It's time to go. All right. So I love that list, and I think this was a very fun one. So here's one for the people in the comment section. Please remember to comment when you know it is time to go. We definitely want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Also, let's just remind you, please like, share, and subscribe to the Steady Show. We have so much more that's coming for you. And just before we leave, let me just remind you, it's time to go!